Welcome to Chapter 8.5, Mountains of Fire of Chapter 8, The Dynamic Earth. This chapter is about volcanoes, their formation, exactly what comes out of them, what happens when they stop being volcanoes. What you're looking at here is a picture of Mount Rinjani. It's a volcano from an active volcano in Indonesia, in the island of Lombok. It in 1995, probably before many of you were born, it erupted, and the spectacular picture was taken. You can see the lava and the gas cloud, and even the lightning, the fork lightning that we'll be talking about in a second, and all the lava flowing down the outside. It's a very impressive picture, so I thought I'd show it. But let's get straight to it. Volcanoes are formed when molten rock or magma bursts through a weakness in the Earth's crust. We can see, magma gathers in this magma chamber before it's forced on the surface. So it kind of gathers here, gathers. The weakness in the crust kind of appears, and we kind of burst forth and open over this way. Okay, we get branching pipes kind of sticking out the side of it, and it kind of all goes crazy. Okay, once it kind of hits the outside here, this is where magma becomes what we call lava. Now, it's an interesting distinction. You might have heard that the difference between magma and lava is that magma is underground and lava is outside, but it's a little bit different to that. Lava is really a combination of molten rock, being the magma, and steam, and carbon monoxide, and hydrogen sulfide. The hydrogen sulfide is what gives it that rotten egg smell. When it bursts forth, large, what are called, lava bombs, hot, blocks of rock catapulted out of the top of the volcano. They fly, sometimes up to kilometers. The pure heat from this explosion boils trees by turning the water in the plants and animals into steam. It just boils them alive. The ash cloud that is created on the top explodes from the crater and sometimes heads upwards to 30 kilometers into the sky and into the atmosphere. As a result of the ash clouds, lightning can form within those ash clouds. It's like we saw in the last slide. Colliding particles of ash and lava create static electricity that forms as this crazily impressive forked lightning. Meanwhile, avalanches and landslides are tumbling down the mountain. The lava is kind of burst into the air, but first the ash comes down and settles in a layer over the volcano. The lava kind of goes over the top and solidifies into alternating pattern of ash, then lava, then ash, then lava, then ash, then lava. And then ash kind of settles over the top when it eventually all calms down. The melted snow and ice turn into destructive mud flows that travel down the valley. So it's awfully disruptive, awfully destructive in the way that it works. It's a very impressive thing to see. And I want to tell you a cool story. In 1943, a small crack opened on a cornfield on a Mexican's farm. In this crack, red-hot cinders, just burst out of this crack in the middle of this cornfield, basically. The farmer tried to fill it up with dirt, settle it down. Next day, the crack opened up into a hole over 2 meters in diameter. By a week later, the ash, dust and rocks erupting from the hole formed a cone 150 meters high. explosions ripped through the peaceful countryside, and molten lava began spewing from the crater, destroying the village. The eruptions continued, and within a year, this formed. This is a new mountain named after the village it destroyed, which is Paracutin. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's over 300 meters high. Okay, and the eruptions didn't really stop until 1952. That's like 9 years later. So by the time it finished, it was over 410 meters high. Massive. It just appeared there within a period of 10 years, caused by an eruption. Awfully impressive. Awfully impressive. This volcano is now actually extinct. Okay, volcanoes who are likely to erupt again are called active. They are likely to erupt again, but some are extinct. Okay, and they're unlikely to erupt again. So I'm just repeating myself. This is Edinburgh Castle in England. It's actually sitting on top of a volcano, but the volcano has not erupted in many thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. I don't really know how long. So, it's quite safe to build a castle on it now, but you certainly wouldn't want to have done so when it was first erupting, albeit it's probably before mankind. So it's a very short one today. That's really all we're talking about. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to go to chapter 8.5 in your text, copy out the blue words into Quizlet, and I'll see you in class.